Hey everyone, it's MisterStubstep, and I'm pleased to finally be able to showcase a full Sword and Shield promo binder. These promos started coming out in November of 2019, and I think they finished up at the beginning of 2023. So, with Scarlet and Violet era. So there's 307 cards total, and I'm going to be going through the individual cards in the beginning, and then at the end I'll be doing big flips to show the overall pages. This is a beautiful binder. If you've ever collected a promo binder from any of the different generations, you know how fun these binders are to put together. It can be expensive. There's a few hard ones. Any that are over $25, I'll make a special note, but let's get right into it. So of course you always have to start out the new generation with the 3 new starters, which is crazy to think how old these are, and then the new type of rarity card that they have, the V and the V Max, which is wonderful. And then getting right into those pre-release promos for the first set, Sword and Shield base set. Get a lot of Cosmos holofoil on these regular ones, and I have some variants in the back, so I'm sure it's like a non-holo version or the 25th anniversary or something in the back there. I didn't collect every single variant. This collection is strictly just every numbered card, so if there's any major differences, I'll be sure to point them out. But I know this Pikachu is a very coveted card. It came in a pretty cool collection box, and I think it had some Sun and Moon packs in there as well, but it's a great promo card. Got some Rebel Clash. And another beautiful thing about the Sword and Shield, or just promo binders in general, is you get to see the whole history of the generation, as well as how the cards kind of changed throughout the sets as different types of cards. I do have the GameStop stamp of this, as well as the regular one in the back. That is one of my favorite Rayquaza promos. I love it. I think that came in a blister. Got the Copraja. And a lot of very cute promos. A lot of the promos have the good artworks, and I mean, the point of the promos is to draw your eye if it's like in a collection box or a blister pack, and just also promoting the set. It gets the people going, you know, hence promotional cards. And that's a nice Pikachu. I think I have a ton of variants of that. Finished up with Darkness Ablaze. Love this Flareon and Eevee combo. You'll notice that Eevee and Pikachu probably get the most promos. Eternatus V, love the colors on that, as well as the V Max. We have the Eldegoss. Yeah, these are real nice. I think this is getting into the Champion's Path territory. Oh, speaking of which, there's that Charizard V. This might still be the most graded card of all time, not 100% sure. This Gengar actually got up in price pretty good. I remember Champion's Path was really hard to come by, especially some of the specialized products. I was able to open up one of every single thing on this channel, but yeah, Champion's Path turned out to be a pretty lackluster set overall. It was Charizard or bust. So, yeah, that's a Ruludon right there. That one's pretty cool. Now it has its own evolution. We're starting out with the Pikachus. Got Pikachu Wants a Hug promo. And then we have more Eternatus and Eevee action. And then we have the Charizard from Vivid Voltage. I do not have any of the staff variant, or I think I have 1 or 2 staff cards, but they're not in this binder, so I have all just the regular pre-release promos. Some people want to collect all the staff ones too. But let me tell you, especially that staff Charizard, actually all the Vivid Voltage, well maybe not Dawn Fan, but all the Vivid Voltage pre-release promos, pretty expensive in staff form. And you gotta admit, Vivid Voltage had a pretty stacked lineup. I mean, Charizard, Lugia, and Snorlax. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Dawn Fan too, but just on a different popularity level. And then you have the Grookey and the Scorbunny, kind of different perspectives there. Got the Vaporeon. And then for some reason, the Sobble, the Vaporeon splits that little trio right there, which I'm not sure why, but it does. And I checked the numbering. Special Delivery Pikachu, one of the, probably the second most expensive promo besides like the Worlds and the staff promos. And then you have that Special Delivery Charizard. I think the only delivery one that I got myself was the Charizard, and I had to buy the Pikachu and the one that's coming up later separately. I love these gold and black cards. I know not everybody was a huge fan of them, but I thought they were really cool. Pretty sure that it came in a premium collection box. I was about to say got more promos, but these are all promos. So, then we have some Shining Fates promos right here. Shout out to my brother-in-law. Loves some shiny, or just loves Cramorant, so the shiny Cramorant's pretty cool. Got some battle styles actually introducing those 2 different types of Rapid Strike and Single Strike fighting stances. Obviously correlates with the Sword and Shield games as well. Another very cute Eevee promo and some more shiny promos, which I love these ones. And then we get into the starters, which is really cool. Charizard already got some love, so you gotta give Blastoise and Venusaur a little something something, but those V Maxes are they're so cool, so large and in charge. These came from some V battle decks. Pokémon V. These might have come from some tins. And then you have the collection boxes, and then the pre-release kits showing off that quick shooting Inteleon. Man, good times, good times. Love that Fampy. And another nice Eevee promo, getting shocked. Snorlax would not want to be thrusted by that. And then introducing those signature cards, which is really cool. And that Marnie promo, very beautiful Marnie. Still like the one from Sword and Shield base better, but that is a nice artwork. I did grade a handful of promos, and because this binder, I just really wanted it complete, I ended up buying additional copies so I could have this binder fully complete and not have blank spots. Beautiful Umbreon promo card right there. Got the Ice Rider and the Shadow Rider Calyrex. Interesting concept. Ooh. And then throwback for the 25th anniversary. You can get the Prime. Got the Trainers Pokemon cards, which is nice. Got the Dark Pokemon. And then the Level X. This was such a cool concept. And they did all this. The Delta species. And then the Light Pokemon. As well as the Champions Pokemon, which is really cool. You got the Pikachu V Union. I know it's slightly annoying to have it all kind of separated like that. I think Pikachu V Union, I mean, some of the V Union cards awesome play. Gold Scorpion Ninja, amazing. And then these cards, I love these all gold cards, they're really cool. Coming in those premium collection boxes. And you got the Flareon, the Vaporeon, and the Jolteon. This is what, Evolving Skies era? Professor's Research, probably one of my favorite Professor's Research artworks of all time. Got the Pikachu, I believe that came in the holiday collection where you, what is it, the Advent calendar, where every day you open up a new one. Got the Greninja V Union. I wonder if in a 3x4 binder this would look slightly better, because obviously you'd want all the artworks to make the picture like they're supposed to, since it's 4 cards put together. You get them all in your discard pile, and then you can bring the Pokemon out, which is pretty cool. A lot of them are overpowered, but I don't think any saw like crazy tournament wins or anything like that. Yeah, Professor Burnett. And then we have some Fusion Strike action. So almost finishing up the second year of Sword and Shield, going into the last year of the Sword and Shield set. Oh, that Tepig is resting. Oh, that's a beautiful Espeon promo. And Eevee getting yet another cute promo. And the special delivery Bidoof, just like base, probably besides the World Championship cards, is probably the most expensive card to get. That's probably the most expensive single card that I've ever purchased. It hurt, and then you have some of the best promos of all of Sword and Shield. I think a lot of people would agree, because they're pretty much alternate arts, but in promo form, of all the original evolutions. And I believe the Vaporeon, VMAX, and V are the most expensive combo, which in reality, I do think they are probably the best ones, so it makes sense. A lot of times when I see a card, I'm like, man, that's really cool. Usually, I tend to fall in the majority. B-Barrel, Bibarrel with the Industrious Incisors. Using so many decks, helps you be Iono proof. Or, sorry, it was Marnie proof, maybe? Now Iono proof. But not in standard format anymore. And then we introduce those V-Star cards once we hit Brilliant Stars. So getting into that last year of Sword and Shield. We got some more V-Battle deck action. Espeon V and Sylveon V. Umbreon V, pretty sure those ones were in tins. Got the Arceus V that came in a collection box. Really, really cool artwork. The Arceus kind of floating. Wow, that's just amazing artwork. Then we have the Astral Radiance, introducing Radiant cards, which is really cool. Anytime you can get shiny Pokemon involved, people are going to get excited. Oh, pardon that hair, or the hair that ended up inside of there. You know this is a genuine collection. You got hairs in there. You got Eevee, once again staying cute. Then we have another more Pico, or not another, just another V Union in general. Bolton V, looks like a goofy Bolton V, got them thick lips. Got some lip filler or something. Cyndaquil looking super cute. Of course, this was when what Legends Arceus came out. And then you have the Pokemon Go set. If you want an easy set to complete, Pokemon Go is very achievable. Love these. I played a ton of Pokemon Go when it first came out, and then I did some spurts of it, I think, during COVID. But yeah, those are some really nice artworks. And then you have that Radiant Eevee, which is a beautiful card. Not the most playable Radiant card, but still. I do have all the Radiant cards collected in PSA 10. I just thought that was a kind of cool, affordable set to complete. With the Dragonite V, I believe that one came in that little Pokeball collection. Got the Hisuian Typhlosion. And then just all those starters that came from Legends Arceus, which is really cool. With their new Hisuian form evolutions. Got that Lost Origin Gengar, which is beautiful. And then of course introducing the Lost Zone mechanic again to the game, which would pretty much always be near the top as far as playability until it rotated out. But the Kleavor, still more of a Scizor fan, but Kleavor is cool. Lumineon V, that Luminous sign. A lot of versatility in a lot of different decks. Boss's Order artworks are pretty cool. That one's not my favorite though. Not a huge fan of the Cyrus one. I think the Giovanni one from Rebel Clash is probably still my favorite, or at least of the recent years. You got that Origin form, also coming from Legends Arceus. You got Rotom, Gallade looking back at it. The Giratina, I believe that's the Origin form as well. Got the Charizard V sleeping after kind of laying waste. The Charizard V Max, beautiful. And I think this Charizard V Star is the most expensive, but it shows the one of fighting against Mewtwo, of course. Got the Zeraora and the V Max and the V Star, as well as the Deoxys in that same trio. Defense form, that looks like the attack form. And then we get into the final core set of Sword and Shield. Curly is one of the ones that I have the staff promo in, and Curly was a really good card with that refinement ability. And then Archeops with the Lugia Dex, of course. And then got some of the final blister pack promos, as well as Rillaboom, Cinderace or Cinderace, and Inteleon, that quick shooting. Got Regieleki and Regidrago. I did play a lot of Regidrago when I still played the Pokemon TCG Live. I don't play it anymore, but that was like my favorite deck to play. And then it actually ended up getting really good towards the end of its life, which is interesting. And then you got some more of those Pikachu cards. And then I believe, is this the same Morpeko V? It's just a different artwork for the V Union. Not 100% sure on that one. Lucario V-Star, that one looks really good. I need to get some shiny Zacian and Zamazentas. Of course, throw those in there, those are nice. You see an Electrode V, get that no energy attack. Virizion, and this is in Spanish. It's either Portuguese or Spanish. Every word in here looks like something from Spanish, so maybe it is from Spanish. But I ended up getting this one instead of the English one because it was so much cheaper. The English one was expensive, or you had to get the staff version or one of the placements, and those are ridiculously priced. We have the Hisuian Zoroark V and V-Star. That was a fun deck. Jirachi V was the last promo that I got for this binder. Got the Unknown and Lugia. Those ones kind of snuck under the radar. Got the Clara, which I believe came in one of the premium tournament collection boxes, the little milk cartons. And all of these Illustrator cards are actually decently expensive. I believe the Bulbasaur and Greninja are over $25. Those are really cool. And then the Arceus V and V-Star to finish this up. I did have one GameStop stamped Flapple, and I don't think I have anything else in the back. So it is very nice that this easily fits in a 360 card binder. I know most people aren't really using these anymore, or at least they're using the more premium zip up ones. But overall, this was a really fun set to complete. I do plan to complete Scarlet and Violet as well. It'll probably take me a while because I'm not collecting any sets from this year. I stopped collecting main sets last year. And then moving forward, I might just open like a box here or there, or some Japanese, if there's a set that looks really interesting, or if it's like a high class set. But I have considerably slowed down my collecting, but all this stuff that I've started, I kind of want to complete. And yeah, let me know if you have a complete Sword and Shield binder. This is just an awesome set to look at, and because the card type changes so often, you can see the history and it like stays interesting. Because I know if you collect like a master set of a regular set, like majority of the beginning of the set's kind of boring to look at because it's a lot of just the basic common, uncommon, rare cards, even though some of them do have really nice artworks. And you're mainly looking for those illustration rares, those trainer galleries, those alternate arts in the back. So, but really glad to finally complete this set and finally just film a video on it because this is such a great set. So let me know what you thought of this video. I should have an Oreo video and then potentially another opening video coming up soon. So look forward to that. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you all on the next one.